By the time filing season arrives, most businesses are working hard to get things right. The challenge isn't usually effort, it's assumptions. Assumptions about which forms need to be filed, assumptions about whether information is accurate, assumptions about state requirements, assumptions about deadlines. And when those assumptions turn out to be wrong, businesses often discover the mistake when there's very little time left to fix it. After helping businesses file millions of information returns, we've seen certain mistakes appear again and again. They're common, they're preventable, and they can create significant problems when left unaddressed. Let's look at 5 of the most common filing mistakes businesses make during reporting season. Imagine a business that worked with several independent contractors throughout the year. Payments were tracked, records were maintained, everything appears ready for filing. Then someone asks a simple question: which form should we file? At first glance, the answer seems obvious, but reporting requirements aren't always as straightforward as they appear. Different payment types can require different forms. Different business relationships can trigger different reporting obligations. And filing the wrong form can create confusion for both the filer and the recipient. The result may be rejected filings, unnecessary corrections, or reporting information that doesn't accurately reflect the payment activity that occurred. The best way to avoid this mistake is to determine reporting requirements before filing season begins. When businesses understand reporting obligations early, form selection becomes a confirmation process rather than a last-minute decision. And modern filing platforms can help guide filers toward the appropriate form based on the information being reported, because filing accurately starts with filing the right form. A business collects contractor information throughout the year. Every W-9 is returned. Every record appears complete. By all accounts, the business has done everything right. Then filing season arrives. A taxpayer identification number contains a typo. A legal name doesn't match IRS records. A contractor submitted outdated information. The filing process suddenly becomes more complicated than expected. This is one of the most frustrating filing mistakes because the information appears complete on the surface. The problem isn't missing information, it's inaccurate information. And inaccuracies often remain invisible until the moment businesses attempt to file. The consequences can include rejected submissions, correction filings, additional administrative work, and delayed reporting. That's why validation matters. Verifying information before filing season helps identify issues while there is still time to address them. A proactive validation process is often the difference between a smooth filing experience and a stressful one, because complete information isn't always accurate information. For many businesses, federal filing requirements receive most of the attention, and understandably so. Federal deadlines are well known. Federal forms are familiar. Federal reporting often becomes the primary focus, but state filing requirements can introduce an entirely separate layer of complexity. Some states require direct reporting. Others participate in combined filing programs. Some have unique deadlines. Others have different filing rules altogether. The challenge is that businesses often assume federal compliance automatically means state compliance. In reality, those requirements may not always align. As filing deadlines approach, businesses sometimes discover they still have state obligations to satisfy. What began as a completed filing process suddenly requires additional reporting, additional review, and additional time. The most effective approach is understanding both federal and state requirements from the beginning, because compliance doesn't always stop at the federal level. And overlooking state requirements can create unnecessary complications long after federal filings have been submitted. No matter how much preparation occurs, mistakes sometimes happen. A form may contain incorrect information. A payment amount may need adjustment. A recipient detail may require updating. The problem isn't necessarily that an error occurred. The problem is how the error gets corrected. Many businesses assume corrections are as simple as submitting a replacement form, but correction procedures often depend on the type of error and the stage of the filing process. Using the wrong correction method can create duplicate records. It can delay resolution, and in some cases, it can introduce additional reporting issues that didn't exist before. What should be a straightforward fix becomes a much larger project. The best way to avoid correction-related problems is understanding the correction process before an issue occurs. Because when errors happen, speed matters, and confidence matters even more. Of all the mistakes businesses make during filing season, this one is often the most costly. Not because it's complex, but because it's easy to underestimate. Many businesses know there is a filing deadline. What they don't always realize is how many activities must happen before that deadline arrives. Information must be collected, records must be reviewed, data must be validated, forms must be generated, corrections may need to be made, state requirements may need to be addressed, and all of that work takes time. The filing deadline isn't the start of the process, it's the end of it. When businesses wait until the final weeks of filing season to begin preparing, even small issues can create significant delays. A missing document becomes urgent. A validation error becomes disruptive. A reporting question becomes a race against the clock. The businesses that experience the least stress during filing season understand a simple truth. Deadlines don't create pressure. Preparation determines pressure. The more preparation happens before filing season arrives, the easier deadlines become to manage. The most common filing mistakes aren't usually caused by negligence. They're caused by assumption. Each of these mistakes is common. Each is preventable. And each becomes significantly harder to solve once filing season is already underway, because successful filing isn't just about submitting forms. It's about eliminating surprises before deadlines arrive.